Hello, SMP Nation. Blaine Austin here at Sewing Machines Plus. I got Big Daddy Kyle in here with me this morning, running the console. And we don't have a camera on him. We got to get you a camera again, Kyle, so people can see you. Well, anyway, we got a great show lined up for you today. We got Anne Hein from Janome going to be in here, and we're going to talk about some Elna machines, Kyle.
Two Elna machines.
Two Elna, as a matter of fact. And one of them is the 4-needle, and then the other one's a really great sewing embroidery machine, but we're going to talk all about that. And we got some great specials on those machines. So if y'all are interested in that, one of them's the 792 Pro.
792 Pro.
And the other one is the
940,
which is the multi-needle 4-needle.
Yes.
Now, both of these, we got some great call-in specials on them today. So if you are interested in either one, right now you can go to smplive.tv. Up at the very top, Kyle's got both of those machines on the across the top of the page. You can click on them, check them out. Give us a call right now if you're interested in getting the special. But if you want to see the demos on them, stick around because Anne's going to be in the house here shortly, and we're going to do some demos on them. But before we get too deep in the show, I got to say a big shout out to some of the SMP Nation watching today. We've got Kathy Nab in Wisconsin watching. We got Miss Parker over in Tennessee. We got Candace Johnson in Kentucky. We have Laurie Scott in Wyoming. Becky Calvin in Montana. Sassy over there in Arizona. I like that name, Sassy. We have Linda Jacobs in California watching. We got Kathy Sutton in Colorado. I got to say big shout out to Marietta Austin.
Right there. She said good morning.
Right there.
Son.
Good morning, son. She's in Bono, Arkansas. That's my mom. She just had her 90th birthday party.
Right.
Isn't it crazy? 90th birthday party. It was awesome. I got to be there. So pretty good. And I got to say another shout out to my wife, Michelle, this morning. I know she's watching this morning. So thank y'all for all tuning in. And we just, one of our nieces just had her baby last night. And so Michelle was super excited. And she already got pictures of it and everything. So it's pretty crazy. We got so many things to talk about, y'all. I'm telling you, we are so busy here at SMP. And first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about the trade-in week. Trade-in week has started, and I've just got to tell you, we're overwhelmed with phone calls and emails. People wanting to trade their machines in. So please be patient. We will get to you. I know we've had tons and tons of people calling and emailing and filling out the forms that we sent out. So just be patient. Somebody will give you a call. We get our normal phone calls that we're getting anyway that they're taking, but now we've got all these extras, Kyle. Yeah. It's kind of a little crazy in the call center over there.
A lot of you filled out the forms.
Oh yeah, we had, as of yesterday, just the forms, we had 170 people.
A little time.
And that's not even counting the people just called in because of it. So, but anyway, be patient. It's gonna take us a little time to get through there. But the good thing about it is, if you're on the list, it doesn't expire. Even though the trade-in week is just this week, if you get your name on the list, it won't expire. We're gonna take care of you, even if it takes us a couple weeks to get back to you. But just be patient. We'll get there. But we will call you, and we appreciate everybody's interest in that. But it's National Trade-In Week for SMP this week, and 14th through the 18th. So if you do have a machine out there, Kyle, is there a way you can put that link in the chat?
It's in the chat right now.
Oh, he's putting it in there, so he's ahead of me. You can click that link, and it opens up a Google's sheet page, and you just can go in there and you can put your name, all the information, the machine that you're wanting to trade in. And then what we'll do, somebody will give you a call, and they're going to tell you what kind of value we can give it, for that machine. And they're going to also ask you what machine you're looking at or what you would be interested in trading for. And so anyway, we'll try to get to you as fast as we can, but I know they're working through it over there. They were calling people like crazy yesterday trying to get through the list. And but it's a great opportunity for you if you've got a machine. And it's one of those things. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You buy a machine, you're super excited about it, and 3 or 4 years down the road, it's like, man, I love this machine, but I wish I had that one. You wish you had just one step up. Well, this is the opportunity to do it, because I know it's extremely difficult to try to sell your machine on your own. And usually if you put it on eBay or places, it's tough. So this makes it a little easier for you. And then that way you can get that machine you've been dreaming about for the last couple of years. But we do have that going on. So we will try to get to you as fast as we can.
And Marcia says, any machine or specific ones? It's any machine that you have that you want to trade in for a new one.
Yep.
Yes. Any machine.
Any machine. So Kyle said it perfectly. So there's a lot. It was all, we looked at the list yesterday, Kyle and I did, and there was a lot of great machines.
Yes.
Now, here's what the other great thing that happens with this. So do y'all know kind of every year we have a live auction? Does everybody know about that? You have to go through some things to get there, but we have a live auction that you can come to. Some of those machines, if we don't sell them out by then, will be on the live auction. So it creates really good used machines for other people as well. We can sell the used ones. And what we do is we get that used machine in. Once you trade it in, we take it, we go through our service department, we completely refurbish it, try to make it look like new, make sure everything is working great, and then we sell them. So it's also, on the back end of things, it creates opportunities for everybody. So it's a really good program, and we love doing it. So couple dates I want to talk to y'all about before we get to Anne in here. On October the 24th, which is next Thursday, we're going to have Kathy Frummy here from Viking, and we're going to talk all about that Emerald 118, Kyle. And great machine. Y'all need to make sure you tune in next week. We're going to have some great call-in specials on it as well. So that's October the 24th. And then Cyber Monday is December the 2nd. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
It's already coming up. December the 2nd is Cyber Monday. We're going to have an all-day show. Every 15 minutes, we're going to have a different demonstration coming up, and we're going to have as many products as we can throw in front of you on that day. It'll be a really fast-paced day, and so we're looking forward to that. And my good buddy, Jane Klaus, she's going to be here helping me co-host, and she's going to be here the whole week because we're going to start on December 3rd through the 6th, our Countdown to Christmas show. So we've combined the two shows this year, and we're going to still be on for 5 days, but the first day will be the Cyber Monday, and then we step right into Countdown to Christmas. Excuse me. So that'll be great specials. Santa Blaine is coming to town on the 3rd through the 6th. All right. Got to talk about our huge show coming up in January 21st through the 25th is Road to California Quilt Show. This is in Ontario, California. If y'all have plans to go, man, we sure hope that we get to see you there. We are going to have a bunch of booths. We got 6 different booths that we're going to be running at Road to California. And actually, the classes start on January the 20th. That Monday, the classes start. And we've actually got a classroom with our King Quilters in it. And y'all can go to, it's called just Road to California. You can type it in Google, and it'll take you to, you can find their product, their website. Go to the website, and you can just kind of check things out there. We have in our King Quilter class, Monday through Friday, there's going to be 2 classes per day just on quilting and things. And I'm trying to remember, Kyle, do you remember the teacher's name?
They do not.
I can't remember the teacher's name. How did I forget our teacher's name? Anyway, our teacher's name, you can find it on the website who's teaching it. She's a very well-known quilter, going to be in there doing it. You can probably find it if you go to vendors and classes, Kyle. He's looking on the website right now. Okay, and look at the class schedule. Go back up at the very top. Scroll up. Right there, class schedule. And then just scroll down till you see Sewing Machines Plus.
Which class is it?
Just keep going. You'll see Sewing Machines Plus in red, right? Like by it. See how that was? Keep going. It's below that. Y'all bear with me here. I got to find out who aggravates me. All right, so there the class is. Scroll up, and you'll see her name.
This is ruler work.
Yeah, Stacy Spradlin. Stacy Spradlin is our teacher, and she's teaching 2 classes a day for 5 days. And then on Saturday up there, we're going to, in the same classroom, we got excuse me, we got Aubrey Hartman going to teach a Butler robotics class. And seats are extremely limited. You're going to only have 10 people per class because everybody gets their own quilting machine, long arm quilting machine. You'll get this quilt on the King Quilter, and then everybody will have their own Butler robotics to do the class. So it is going to be awesome. So Monday through Saturday, if y'all want to go to that and take some classes, I would highly recommend to go now. Some of the classes, Kyle, are already sold out. Yeah. They've already sold them out. So there's a few classes that they repeat, but some of them there's only doing one class. So if y'all are interested, if you're local for sure going and you want to take a class, make sure you sign up. If you're going to come in from out of town, make sure you get it early because these will sell out. All the classes will out. So there's 11 classes total, and they will sell out. But we have got a ton of things going on at Road to California. Not only are we going to have our big King Quilter booth there, we are also going to have the FOF. We're running the FOF booth. So we got King Quilter, the FOF booth. We're going to have Aero Cabinets booth there, Serendipity, Happy Embroidery, and the Janome Long Arm booth. So we've got a ton of booths. We've got 6 different booths we're going to be running at Road to California with those products in there. And Kyle, when I tell you we've got some superstars coming in for this, let me just read off some names to y'all. I don't know if y'all know these people or not, but Kelly McKenzie, she's a Janome educator, and she is a fantastic quilter. Christina Dolliner, fantastic quilter. They're both going to be in the Janome booth. King Quilter booth, we got Belle Bruner going to be there. Great free motion quilter, sit down quilter. We got Becky Thompson with Power Tools with Thread is going to be there. We have Aubrey Hartman is going to be in our booth. We got John Hawks from Butler is going to be in the booth with us because we're going to have Butler robotics on all the King Quilters. The Aero Cabinets booth, we got our buddy Harley Thomas going to be there.
Is Harley going to be there?
Harley is coming, going to be in person, and Valerie Tribble is going to be there. Y'all have seen them both on our shows before. They're going to be there. Serendipity, we're going to run that booth. I forgot that booth. Serendipity. And we got Sarah Thomas is actually teaching at Road to California, but she's going to make some appearances in the booth, and she's the creator of that. We're going to have a project booth where you can come in and do projects on some of the Serendipity products. So it's going to be pretty incredible. When this keeps going, we got a bunch of the Happy embroidery people going to be there. So with us, it's going to be a fantastic time. So we hope you go. I'm going to be there. I'd love to see y'all. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I can't wait for that to happen. And then February, I got to talk about our Stitch and Switch event, Kyle. That's in the San Marcos retail store. And the Stitch and Switch event is going to be February the 12th and 13th, the first event. And then we're having to do a second event because they're both selling out. The 14th and 15th is the second event. And basically, you're going to come in. Ring Wilcoxon of Embroidery Garden is going to lead you through 6 different projects in the Hoop projects. And you are going to get to basically have instructions on 6 different brands of machines, the top of the line machine from every brand, which is incredible. So we're going to have Brother top of the line, Baby Lock top of the line, Bernina top of the line, Janome top of the line, Viking top of the line, and FOF top of the line. So it's going to be incredible. And we're bringing in educators, national educators, to help manage each pod of those brands and help you with working through those machines. So basically, it's like going to CarMax and getting to drive 6 different type of cars and having an expert instructor teach you how the features of each car. It's going to be incredible. We cannot wait. And here's what I'm doing. If you want to come in and you're flying in from out of state, you fly in from out of state here. Well, I don't even care if you're in California and you want to fly in from San Francisco. If you fly in from wherever your location at and you buy one of the top of the line machines, I'm going to reimburse your airfare. That's a pretty good deal, Kyle.
Yeah.
So I'm paying for your flight here if you can do it. They are selling out pretty fast. So if y'all want to sign up, you can go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. At the very top of the page up there, you'll see classes and events. Click on that, it'll take you to a landing page, and you'll see a thumbnail that says the Stitch and Switch event, and it gives you a lot of information about that. You can sign up right there. And we've got some great educators coming too. I mean, for each brand, we've got some fantastic. Sarah Vetzer from Brother is going to be there, Kyle. Melinda Stevenson from Baby Lock is going to be there. Y'all have seen those on our shows before. We've got such a great lineup. And I'll get more deep in the details on this when we get a little closer to it. And then guess what it is? It's already March, and it's Quilt Fest. So Quilt Fest, that gives y'all time to start working on your quilts to enter in the contest. This year's quilt, or I should say next year's Quilt Fest, 2025 Quilt Fest is going to be the best yet. We are working extremely hard on what we're doing with that. So we're super excited to be able to put that on for you. So that is coming. So I'm just kind of telling you now, you need to make sure if you want to make a quilt to enter, start working on that quilt now to give you plenty of time, because it's going to be a little special contest, Kyle, for 2025. All right, so let's talk about today. We've got Anne Hein here, and we're going to talk about two machines, and we're super excited to have Anne in. She's been on our show before, so y'all welcome Anne to the show.
She's
not here?
on now.
Oh, there she is. Hey, Anne.
Hi, Blaine. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you again. How you been?
Good to see you too. I wanted to wish your mom a happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you. Can you?
So,
90 years old. That's a milestone. I tell you what. And super. She's such the sweet woman you'd ever meet, and still doing great at 90. So still, I'm like so proud of her. And we had a surprise birthday party for her, so it was really good. I had about 100 people there. It was awesome.
Wow. Well, it sounds like a fun time for her. So that was really nice.
So today, are you going? So I see you're sitting in front of the 4-needle. So I guess we're going to talk about the 4-needle first.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll let you kind of go through the demonstration, and once you get finished, I'll come back to me. We'll tell them the specials they can on this today, and then I'll take it back to you, and we'll do the second machine. Okay.
All right. Sounds perfect. So I am here with the Elna 940. It is a 4-needle machine. And what that means is you can set up 4 different threads on the top here, and it will automatically switch to each needle. You can program each needle and stitch the first 4 colors. If you had something with more colors than that, you would have the next ones in the back here ready to go. You rethread with those and set your needles up. You don't have to use the needles from 1 to 4. You can switch them around, and on the screen of your machine, you'll be able to do that. I've done that with our little sample design here. It really starts with the red color, and our red color is on top here. It's in 2nd needle position, and then it would go to the gold, which is 4th needle position, and then it's going to come back to the blue one, which is our 3rd needle. And we're going to let it run in just a moment, but I want to go over a few more things. Up on top, on the back, you can't really see, but there's a thread guide for our bobbin winder that is over on this far side here. So it is an onboard bobbin winder. So you can always have a bobbin ready. It can run when your machine is actually running. So you have your bobbin winder there ready to go all the time. And then over on the screen, you can, there's an edit screen as well. So you can bring your design over to the edit screen, which I did earlier today. And I put together our little design. You can copy and paste, mirror image. You can resize up 20%, down 20%. You can bring in your lettering. And there are 100 built-in designs with this machine and 10 fonts. Plus, you have the option of using a USB stick to bring in your favorite designs from out in the marketplace, or you can use the direct connect with the PC cable. So you have those options there. So it has a lot of uses for you. It does come with 3 different hoops, and I have the largest hoop on there right now. This is a 9.7 by 7.4. And then it comes with one of these grids. I'm going to hold up another hoop so you can really see the positioning grid, because the other 2 hoops, we have the M2, This is 4.9 by 4.3, and I have the positioning grid in there right now. This helps you center your design. So if you put a crosshair on there, before you tighten your hoop, you can move your fabric to get it aligned perfectly on your, whatever you're doing. You could be doing a garment, you could be doing something flat, any of those things you could do with the positioner to get it in the perfect place. And then the little one here, this one here is the M3. A lot of people use this for monogramming. And this one is 1.9 by 1.9. So it's a little less than 2 by 2. So it's got a little field in there. So if you're doing a monogram bag or on a pocket or a shirt, this would be a great hoop for that. So when I was talking about the needles and how you change them, a lot of us do. How many of us are doing in the hoop projects? You know, and you have to, you're doing an applique or an in the hoop project, and at each part it stops and you have to do something in the hoop, lay in a zipper, lay in a fabric, something like that. So through the screen of your machine, you can go not only to set the needle per the color you want, but you can also set a stop. So your machine will stop whenever you need to do a cut in the hoop, or you need to place something in the hoop. So you have all of that available to you right here on the screen. When you have things hooped up, you have a little bit of positioning correction on here as well, because sometimes even though we try the hardest to get it exactly on that line, we might be off just a little bit, so we can fine tune it right here. And you know, heaven forbid you break a thread, which sometimes that happens, the machine will automatically back up a few stitches for you to rethread your machine and get started again. So it's much easier. You don't have to remember where you were. It goes back a few stitches, get it started, get threaded, push the start button, and off it goes. Now the machine will stitch 800 stitches per minute. It's set, factory set, when you get it, it'll be at the top speed at 600. And you would go into your set mode to fix that and put it at the top speed. And then while you're stitching, the speed will be on the side here, so you can change it while you're working. And we'll see that once I start the machine up in just a moment. The other thing I want to talk about before we get too far, this machine weighs 44 pounds. And I have seen at craft fairs, people have taken this machine with them to a craft fair, and they're doing monogramming right there on the spot. I was at a state fair one year, and the vendor next to us had the machine in their booth, and they were doing like golf towels that they had a little design on, and they were just monogramming them for everybody. So it's really a portable machine. It looks big and bulky, but it is 44 pounds. It is easy to take someplace if you needed to go to a show and if you're doing production work. And a lot of people think, you know, a multi-needle is for production work. And yes, I used mine for production work as well. I was doing some jobs for people that were maybe 4 colors, and it's very quick. But I also found for my regular embroidery that having the first 4 colors go their own way without me having to tend to them and rethread, and rethread, it saved me a lot of time. I only have to rethread every 4 colors. So really, it moves your embroidery along quite a bit. So it can be handy for those that aren't doing production work, but maybe you do a lot of embroidery. So this could save you a lot of time in that respect. All right, it comes with a beautiful manual. And they reminded me to show this because everybody's always asking, and this is actually a paper manual. You can hold it in your hand. You don't have to print it out. It comes with the machine. And then a whole box of tools that you would need, like your screwdriver, some thread nets that are on there, and a few other things. They give you all of that and the cable. So what I want to do now is I'm going to turn the machine on so you can see it change. It's going to stitch a little bit of the gold color, and it'll automatically go to the blue, which is actually our 3rd color. So it's going to go from our 4th needle to our 3rd needle right here. So you'll get to watch that. So let me get it started up, and here we go. A little hook comes down. It pulls that thread up out of the way and holds it back. And then it's going to start the blue. There we go. Now I'm not going to let it finish stitching, but I did want you to see how it works, and especially that little arm that comes down, the little hook that pulls the thread to the back. So when you're stitching it, the thread we held on the back here, when you thread through, there's a little spring in the front here. You would drape your thread up here to hold it so it does not drag on the bed of your machine here. So it keeps all your threads up and out of the way, and the hook very securely brings things into the back. There's like a little slit back here that it slides through and holds it up out of the way. Now, a lot of people like to change their jump thread length, whether they want jump threads or not, if they want locking stitches at the beginning or the end of their design, or as it moves from color or from spot to spot. You can do all of that in the set mode. And one of the things I like that Elna has is that it does have a set mode, because I want my machine to work for me. You might want it to sit a different way for yourself, but we can each set our machine to do the things that we want. There are several brands of thread built in, so you could pick one of those if you're using that, and it'll show your thread numbers on the screen as well. So if you can see on the screen, I'm going to have them bring back the screen because I can point this out. And you can see the column on the right, this is the color numbers as they should stitch, 1 through 3. And then the colors on the line on the left has a little needle next to it and a number. And I have it set for 2, 4, and 3. And how I would do that, I'm actually going to cut this thread and show you a little bit of moving through the needles so you can see that. And so we'll be up here on the screen. And when you're going to go to do that, you're going to use your little arrow down here. And you always touch the little dots, not the icons. And then I'm going to touch the bottom thing here with the keys. And so here are all of my different colors. So if this design, I wanted to change the colors right now, needle 2 is red. So maybe I want needle 2 to be needle 1. So I'm going to use these up arrow. And right up here, I'm going to select 1. So my first color is going to be 1, which is the black. And maybe my second color, I'm going to make the blue. So I'm going to move down to the second one. And then for the second one, I want it to be the third color. So I'm going to put it there. And maybe I'll keep the same for the bottom color. So if I move down, that's the 3 as well. And then I could go back up and restart my design from the beginning. So it's very easy to change that. And then right here is the little stop. There's an arrow that points to a red needle. So you could put in a stop at any of those places to, if you were doing something in the hoop, such as as I mentioned earlier, maybe an applique or a zipper pouch, a mug rug, any of those things where you might have to stop and add something to the hoop. So you can do all of that. So it's pretty easy to move through everything. And then once you're done, you go back to the ready to sew screen and you can get started from there. I think I mentioned there were 100 designs built in, and also the 10 fonts. It's great because they're come in small, medium, and large. This is the large font that I used today for our Elna. And of course, you can bring in those digitized fonts of your own. You can put them on the edit screen and move them around and place them and get them all aligned. Or maybe you do that in your software and bring it in that way as well. What else can I tell you? Oh, I know. This takes the JEF file, or DST. And it also, besides the 3 hoops that come with it, there's an optional hat hoop that you can use. And there are, I think, 6 Tajima hoops that you can use. Those are industry hoops that format a little bit differently. Same sizing, but they might hold your fabrics in different positions, maybe an oval or a different shape for the square and so forth. So you have options of that as well. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. I tend to be a fast talker, so sometimes I get through everything very quickly. I don't know if we have any questions out there yet. I can check with Blaine to see if anything's come through or in the messages. I can't really see the messages from where my vantage point. So if we do have questions, I'm welcome to take them.
All right, Anne, well, I'm going to tell everybody how they can get this while you're switching over to the 792, and then we'll come right back to you, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right. So this is the Elna 940. Now, this machine, I tell you what, I really love this machine. And this has been a huge seller for us. And have you ever seen a 4-needle embroidery machine, a multi-needle? Look at the price on that, everybody. $39.99, okay? Great pricing on this. But we have a call-in special today. So if you give us a call, we got some options for you on this machine. And again, Anne said it perfectly. This machine is so versatile. The other thing it is, you can take it to trade shows, you can take it to flea markets, all kinds of things because of the weight. It's an extremely lightweight machine. It has a very small footprint on it as well. And so if you want to take a look and read all the different features on this, Kyle's got this machine. If you go to SewingMachinesPlus.com, he's got the machine at the very top of the page up there. Just click on it. It'll take you to the product page. But to get this special, you have to call in today, right now, 800-401-8151 to get that special. And we do have some financing options available for you. And we're going to ship this nationwide absolutely free. So, Kyle, man, I tell you what, I love this machine. And, everybody loves embroidery. And I've always wanted, I would actually really like to have a little multi-needle embroidery machine like this, because what the difference in that, I'll tell y'all the difference between just a regular sewing machine that has embroidery on it versus a multi-needle cylinder arm. The cylinder arm just creates so many more possibilities for you to do shirt sleeves, pant legs, shoes, hats, all those different things that it's really hard to do on a flatbed machine, as they say. Who's saying that? Bernadette?
Is it similar to the Janome MB4, which it is?
Who said that?
That was a question.
Oh, the question is, yeah. So to kind of give you all the backstory, it's identical to the MB4 Janome. They make both of these machines are made at the same factory. Two different companies, same factory makes them, so they're they're identical. The guts inside are identical. They're going to look a little different, just kind of cosmetics, but great machines. And I tell you, the company that makes these is basically a company it does a lot of industrial, embroidery machines in the market, and so the motors and things in this are top notch. All the components are fantastic on this, and we've got a great call-in special on this today. So if you've been in that market for a 4-needle embroidery machine, I'm telling you what, look no farther. This one is a fantastic one, and I think you'll be very pleased. And if you're used to Janome or Elna, I should say the interface, like if you've used any of those machines before, it's going to be a walk in the park for you. If you're new to that brand, it's really intuitive. It's very easy to pick up, and you shouldn't have any problem learning how to use the machine extremely quick. Most of the machines nowadays are kind of like that way. Used to, before it wasn't that way. Used to it was kind of, people would stick to brands because once you learned a brand, it was so difficult to kind of navigate through their interface. But now it's not that way. They're very intuitive. Almost every machine out there is easy to use. And the sewing machine companies listened to customers and said, we got to try to make these things easier for people. And they've done that. And I tell you, if somebody like me, Kyle, can embroider a hat, anybody can do it. Renee saying, I didn't catch what the size of the largest hoop is.
It's a 9.4 by 7.9.
There we go. So it's 9.4 by 7.9.
Yes. So
it's almost a 10 by 8. It's real close to being a 10 by 8. That's the 9, that's the embroidery field that it'll do. This is a great size too. And the thing about it is you can get like all the Tajima hoops will fit it. Jerky makes a ton of hoops that'll fit it. And
stands and cabinets available.
Yeah. And I tell you, the stand that I love that we have for this is our Stay Perfect embroidery table. We have an electric lift embroidery table that actually has the cutout made specifically just for this machine. And you can set it up there, and it has that cutout so you can do stuff. So it's really, really cool. All right. So let's go to our second machine. This is the 792 Pro Elna. So let's go back to Anne.
All right, so here I am with the 792 Pro, and this is a lot of quilters love this, but also our crafters and our garment makers as well. It's a flatbed machine, comes with this very generous table. There under the arm here, we have 13.5 inches from center needle position. So that's lots of space. The lighting up here, 4 different lights up in here. So it lights your whole area. And then as I come around, there's a little feature right here. I think on my camera angle, we can't see it, but it's a thumb wheel. So you can lower your needle down so that it doesn't pierce your fabric. So you can have that pinpoint perfection of where you want to place a stitch. So instead of, you could use your needle down, needle up, of course, but that always like pierces your fabric. But sometimes, you want to wheel it down instead of reaching way over to the far right to the hand wheel. Now we have a little like hand wheel, thumb wheel right here under the arm of the machine. I'm going to just pull my thread off to the side here so we don't have a little issue. And then as we come down, I want to point out on our stitch plate, the machine does come with 3 different stitch plates. And right now I have the zigzag plate on. It's the one with the oval hole. But we also have our 3-hole plate, which is called the straight stitch plate. And this plate, you can sew in left, center, or right needle position. So it's like a straight stitch plate in each of those positions. And we do call this the straight stitch plate. We also have a specialty plate called the HP. That's our high performance plate. And it goes with a specific foot, which I'm going to show you. There are 22 accessories that come with your machine. So this is let me put this in the right spot. There we go. This is the little HP foot right there and the plate that goes with it. Now this is the perfect setup for that scant 1/4 inch. So if you're a quilter, this is the foot you want. It's a narrow foot. It sews in left needle position and gives you a great stitch in that position. And that's because the hook reaches your top thread first on that side. So that's why we call it the high performance. So it comes with a specialty plate. When you put these plates on, they will block out any stitches that you can't use with that plate. So that's nice. We don't end up breaking a needle because we do forget to change our plates from time to time. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to change your plate. On the screen of your machine, you have a little key right here. So you're going to touch the key. That locks your machine, opens your tensions for threading. And then right here on the screen is a little button you can push. Up comes your foot. Your plate comes up and I can take it out and then I can easily put it back in there. I'm going to take my bobbin out just so we don't get that thread caught in there today because it's kind of long. And then all I have to do is get it in place in here, the other plate or whatever plate I want to put in, and just drop it down and it's in place. I don't have to worry about pushing a lever. I don't have to worry about screws under here. Very easy, very seamless on that part of it. All of these have places to store. We have a nice drawer right here. I don't know if we can catch this drawer. I call it my snack drawer because I have a couple snacks stuck in there right now. So I'm going to put that back in so nobody knows my snacks are there. So a generous table. And as we come up through the machine, I'm going to go from the left to the right to talk about some things. We do have a needle threader on here. So once you bring your thread down and put it in all the numbered spots, Elna tells you where to put the thread. You just follow those numbers. And on the very left side is the threader that you would pull down and it threads your needle. Works beautifully. Very, very nice. And let me put this thread back in place when I was playing around under there. And when you come up from it, you have a start-stop button. You can use your start-stop button and not use your foot control. And beside that is your speed control. So you can put it on there's a little rabbit here or a turtle. So if you want to go slower, you put it towards the turtle. Reverse, you have a locking stitch, needle up and down. My favorite button, the scissor button. Once you get a scissor button, it's hard to go back to a machine that doesn't have it. You're always trying to put your finger up here. This is my favorite thing. This is your auto presser foot lift. We also have the lifter on the back that you can use. A very big screen. This is like a 7-inch LCD screen. And here's where you can select your stitches and the other options that you have. One of the things you can do is set your pivot or hover function right here. So when I stop sewing, my foot will come up, but my needle will stay down. I have some other features along here. And I'm going to come back to this little piece of paper in just a moment. Across the top here, it always opens to your utility stitches. And so you can pick your stitches here, and then you can page through them here. But on here, you can come in here and you see all your stitches at once, and you can page through your stitches this way. Or you can even go backwards. Once you get to where you want to go, you can choose your stitches. And I'm going to stop here on Mirage for just a moment to show you a Mirage stitch. And these are stitches that you can sew over on the back side of your fabric. And when you open up your fabric, it looks like you have little spaces between here. So I'm going to show a little demo on that in just a moment. We get a little bit around the corner here as I get through a few more things. So we'll come back to Mirage stitches. And then the very end little piece over here, this t-shirt, it's our sewing applications. And I want to talk about that a little more fully after I do the Mirage stitches. Now, I did mention the start stop button, but it comes with a large foot control and a smaller thread cutter pedal. And you can attach this on either side. So if you wanted to sew with your foot control, and then you don't want to take your hand off your work to touch your scissor button, you can just move your foot over here and clip your thread right there. Today, I'm just using the start stop button as I go through my things today. And I want to show you quickly how the Mirage stitches work. So I'm going to just sew a quick little seam here with my Mirage stitches. You can sew them on a fold, so they're in the middle of a fabric, or you can sew them as a seam on your fabric as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my foot down, and I'm going to let the machine go. I'm thinking everything's in the right place. Here we go. Oh, I know I didn't. Oh, bobbin thread not enough because I didn't put the bobbin back in. But that reminds me, our bobbin has a optical bobbin sensor. So that means when you get low on your thread, maybe down to 18 inches of thread, it will let you know the thread is low so you can change your bobbin. So it's a little optical light that comes in this way and looks right at your bobbin and what thread is in there. So now that's set, and we're going to get ready to sew. Let's see. I love these messages. Lower the presser foot. There we go. It tells me. So this is our little. There we go. And we can make it go faster. And we'll stop right there. Cut my thread. So this is my seam. It's the back of the fabric. Now to reveal it, I'm going to open my fabric up and give it a tiny little tug like this. And there I've closed my seam with my Mirage stitches. I just love this function. I have a couple ideas in my head of things I'm going to do. I mean, if you're a garment maker, you could do this in the seams of your clothes. It would make a really pretty finish. Of course, our quilters and crafters love it for that little bag that I did on there. So that's a wonderful part too. Now, I said I'd come back here to our t-shirt, and it's sewing. We like to call it the t-shirt because it looks like a t-shirt, but it is sewing applications. And when you open sewing applications, these are some preset areas for the sewing side, the quilting side, and optional feet. So you can pick something along here. Maybe you're going to do an over edge on a stretch knit. The machine sets everything up for you, shows you your foot that you're going to use. Everything is set for you, but the great thing is Elna lets you make your own decisions as well. So if there's things that you need to tweak, maybe you need the stitch closer together, a little bit wider, you have the opportunity to do that. You can change things on your machine from the settings that are here. Going back to our sewing applications, we can go into the quilting area. And in quilting, we have several different ones, and there's two I'm going to try to show you today. One is patchwork piecing. Now, how many times do we piece like 2-inch squares and things like that? And we do the same seam length over and over and over. So this is a great option for that. I'm going to take off the F foot that I have on there and put on my O foot today. Here we go. And these just snap right on. Put my foot down. There we go. And I'm going to sew my first seam. And let me put my foot back down here. And I want to be at the start of my seam. And here we go. It's going to sew the first one. And when I get to the end, I'll just push stop. Okay. And it asks me on the screen, same size or different size. If that's the seam that length that I want to go, I'm going to select same size. And then I'm going to take my next set of squares and I'm just going to pop them under there. I have my auto presser foot lift on, so my foot is up a little bit. All I need to do is align it, hit the start button, and essentially I could let go. And it's going to come all the way to the end and stop there. And I can continue to feed my squares in there. So it's really for fast piecing. So it's nice and easy. Once you've set it the first time, you don't have to go back. But if you needed to tweak it, you could say different size here. So let's get out of there. And I'm going to cut my thread and take these away. The last thing I want to talk about on our sewing applications is under the quilting, we have a free motion setting and a ruler work setting. And under your free motion setting, we also have our new ASR, Accurate Stitch Regulator. It comes in this beautiful red box. I don't know if we can see the red on there. It's really, really pretty. And then inside here is our Accurate Stitch Regulator and the 4 different feet that come with it. We have a closed, an open, and an echo quilting foot. And then what's on here already, let me pull this all out. This is our Accurate Stitch Regulator right here. And it's set with the ruler work foot right now. And it's high enough that we can go all the way around our foot with our rulers if there have any ruler quilters out there. Easy to take off. You just push the button here and it releases the foot, and you can slide the other one and snap it on. It does hook into the back of your machine. There's a little door back there. And then when you come in here, you're going to select your straight stitch 3. And then once I plug in my ASR, so I'm going to stand up for just a moment to get this in here. Let's see if I can open it from this side. There we go. I may need to run around to the back because I have a short arm. Let me do that really quick. Oop. So the ASR has a nice big window on the back, and that will help you with your stitching. So we'll get this plugged in. And then I'm just going to replace it on with my standard foot with the ASR. And once it goes on, we will be able to choose that stitch. Now, if you like to use the standard feet that we have, you can still free motion with those. But once you try the ASR, you want to make sure that that's the one that you really like. Now, I do have the ruler foot on here, so I'm going to go into the ruler work section and choose ruler work. So let's get this on here. Okay, let's go back here. We're going to go to ruler work. I'm going to pick light, and right up here on the top, ASR is showing. I'm going to select that, and you can see my ASR foot there. It has everything set up for me. I can set my stitch length because it's a stitch regulator if I want to sew it at a certain length. And then I can just bring in my fabric layer and do a little bit of free motion. So I'm going to free motion with the ruler work foot because I don't have a ruler right now, but you can use this for your for regular free motion. A lot of times when you do ruler work, you do your ruler work part and then you have a section you want to free motion. So you can easily go with the same foot to the other. I'm going to go ahead and lower my foot. And then when I get ready, I could go ahead and push I'm going to put my foot control. I can put the foot control in, or I can touch the start stop. So I'm going to touch the start stop here, move my speed up. It takes 1 stitch, so I can pull up my bobbin thread. It's so smart. I love this part. It does all these nice things for me. And then I have a little tiny bobbin thread. There we go. And so my bobbin thread is up, and now all I have to do is press start, or if I was using my foot control, I would push my foot control and off I would go. So here we go. I'm going to pull my speed up a little bit. Now it's going slow because I'm not moving. Once I start moving, the needle goes. And let me move these threads out of the way. And then we'll do a little bit of stitching. And I am sitting off to the side. If I was really working, I would be right in front of it. But, you know, here we go. So I can do my loops. I could do feathers if I was good at feathers. I'm not quite a feather person. I like to do my loops. So that is our ASR, our accurate stitch regulator, and it comes with our 792 Pro. Along with the accessories, you get this nice accessory box to keep everything in. And of course, your ASR box over there. Now, there's two other things, well, maybe three, because I want to make sure I show the manual on this one. Here we go, this way. There we are. So it's a nice big manual. It's spiral bound. This is actually very nicely set up. It shows all the screens in there, so it's easy to follow. All of that works well. Two other accessories I want to show. One is the knee lift. In case you didn't like the auto presser foot lift and you like to use your knee lift, you can. So you have that. And the other thing is right here. How many of us have trouble sewing straight seams? This is great for that. This is a cloth guide, so you can open it up here and set it, whatever your seam is here, lock it down. You put your fabric right along here, and as you stitch, you'll have perfect seams as you go. And this also comes with the machine. The nice red cloth cover over here we have on the back comes with your machine as well. Up on top, separate bobbin winder motor, so you're able to wind a bobbin without unthreading your machine. So that's up here, and you have room for those large spools on the back with your thread stand on the side here. I think I've covered everything. I don't know if there's something I forgot, but I'm going to go back to Blaine to see if we have any questions or something else I can show on our Elna 792 Pro.
Well, hey, Ann, great job. And really no questions. I think somebody from Genomi's in there been answering them as well, so that's been helping out. But fantastic demos on both machines. And I know this was very fast too, because you could spend a lot of time just on the 792 Pro. But thank you so much for coming on the show. And we're going to tell everybody how they can get one, okay?
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right, Ann. See you soon. All right, everybody. This is the 792 Pro. Now, out there, somebody I think asked, is this similar to the Genomi's? Yeah, this is, they have a Continental line, and this is kind of the equivalent to the S8. And M8. So the Continental M8, this is basically the same machine, other than there's a few features difference between them. But I'm going to tell you what I absolutely love about these machines. Look right in the center of the machine and tell me what you see. That's a very key thing. The screen is right in the center. And where do you usually sit when you're sitting in front of a sewing machine? Almost all the sewing machines have the screens off to the right, and you're sitting to the left because you're sitting usually kind of in front of the needle or right dead center of the machine. So, Elna and Genomi both, this is brilliant to me, putting the screen right in the middle. So if you're sitting in front of the machine, it's going to be right in your face. You're going to be able to see it, touch it, and be able to reach it really easy. That's one of the things I just absolutely love and this is just a good looking machine. I tell you what, that in person, the picture right there does not do this thing justice. In person, and even when Anne, they were showing it when she was doing her demonstrations, it looked great on the camera, but I'm telling you, it even looks better in front of you in person. If you've been thinking about getting a new machine, this is such a good machine because not only can you do sewing, quilting, you can also do embroidery. With that stitch regulation on there, you saw how easy she was doing free motion quilting. This thing is just absolutely loaded up with features. If y'all want to take a look at some of the features, Kyle's got it on SMPLive.tv. At the very top of the page, you can just click on the 792 Pro. It'll take you to the page. And be prepared to do some reading because there is so many features this thing has built in. For the price of $79.99, you are getting a ton of stuff. You're getting the stitch regulator. You're getting all the feet that come with it, all the accessory packs, all the built-in designs. It is absolutely loaded up. And what's so great about this today is we have a call-in special for it, financing available, and we're going to ship it free to your doorstep nationwide. And again, if you've been trying to think about upgrade, now here's the thing I want to tell everybody. If you've got another brand of machine right now, and I kind of, Kyle, it's kind of one of those things, if you are a Ford driver or a Chevy driver or a Dodge driver, a lot, used to, everybody stuck to brands. And the reason they stuck to the same brand is because they were happy with what they were getting out of that brand. And, I know people used to drive only Fords, people used to only drive Chevys. But what's happened, just like the car industry, the sewing industry, every machine you buy out there now is of a high quality product. I mean, they're just all so good. They're all so intuitive and easy to use. So now it's not so much about brands anymore. It's just about the features that you want for a particular thing. And this is one of those machines that no matter what brands you have out there, this is going to be a fantastic machine for you. And I can't stress to you enough, if you're looking to upgrade right now, give us a call, because I'm telling you what, this thing, you will not be disappointed. And again, the equivalent to this on the Janome side of the house is the M8, the Continental M8. We can't sell that one online. You have to go into a retail store that carries Janome machines. They're the only, we can only sell it in the stores. So our M8 Janomes, we can only sell those in our San Marcos store. But this one, we can sell it nationwide online. And so you're getting a top of the line machine for an incredible price today. So give us a call right now, 800-401-8151, and we can help you out.
Yep. And if you think it's out of reach, you can trade in.
Trade in.
We have financing right now.
Yeah,
Just
we
give
got
us
some
a call
financing
and ask,
options.
and
We got
we'll
some
break
trade-in
everything down
options.
for you.
Got a lot, don't we, Kyle?
Yes.
So just think about that. You can trade one of your machines in. You can do financing. We've got a lot of different things to help you out. So make sure you get on that phone right now and give us a call at 800-401-8151. If you can't get through the phone lines, just keep trying, because we know it's been busy because of the trade-in week. Their phones are ringing off the hook over there in the call center, but they want to talk to you, I promise. All right. Well, got to say a big shout out to Janome today for bringing Anne on the show and showing all these great Elna products. The 940, I want to remind everybody again about that 940. That's that 4-needle embroidery machine. Now, again, if you've been in the market for a multi-needle embroidery machine, this one's a great choice for the reason, just because of the size. It's a very small footprint. It has a lot of power, in such a small size. And again, great hoop size, almost a 10x8 hoop, embroidery field on there. And a lot of hoop options for that machine. Special price on it today. Give us a call at 800-401-8151 for either one of those machines.
And Tammy, I would trade both of my machines, but I live too far away. This is a national trade-in month. There is no far away.
No,
we'll take it from anywhere. You're not local. You're anywhere.
Where's Tammy at?
I don't know.
Tammy, tell us where you're at.
Yeah. As long as you're in the United States.
Yeah. So Tammy, if you live in the continental USA,
yes.
All we have to call us, give us a call, and we can tell us what machines you're interested in or what you're wanting to trade in, and we'll take 2 machines in. But anyway, we'll look at what your trade is. We can kind of give you a value on it, and you ship them in to us, and then we send you the brand new machine.
Yes.
And so we'll give you a trade difference. Yes. So it works really easy. And we did our trade-in week last year, was awesome. And we got a ton of machines in for that. And some of the machines that we had were trade-in machines we did on our auction. We had a few used machines that we did in the auction to go with all the other, show models and event machines that we had. So it works out really well. So you might get a pre-loved machine out of this. Tammy, somebody might want your used machines.
Alexandria has 4 machines to trade. Call us.
Call us, Alexandria. Hey, we'll take anything.
Yeah.
As long as it's a sewing machine.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed those 2 demos. Anne is such a good educator.
Yeah.
We love it when she comes on our shows, and she's been part of our festivals as well. So y'all have seen her, I know, on there. Always just a professional and does such a good job of education. And, we'd probably let her do a 2-hour demo. I mean, seriously, there's so many things that she could talk about on those machines. So, all right. So it is time to give a few things away, Kyle.
All right.
So let's give away one of our event bag packs. There we go. These are $49 for the bundle. There's 8 of them in a bundle. We sell them for $9.99 each on our website, or you can buy the bundle. But we're going to give a bundle away today. So Kyle, spin that wheel.
Barbara Brown.
Looky there. Barbara Brown is our winner. Congratulations, Barbara. She is watching today from YouTube. So Barbara, how you're going to claim your prize, you have 30 days to claim the prize. How you're going to do it is you're going to go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. When you get to that website, just scroll down to the very bottom where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and we'll get those bags shipped right out to you. All right, next up, we are going to give away one of our world famous sewing mats, and we're going to give an extra large blueberry. The color blueberry, which is a kind of a between, it's kind of like a Concord grape. It's kind of between the purple and the blue. It's really a pretty color. Extra large size of that. These are awesome. If y'all want to look at any of the other colors and sizes, you can go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. Kyle has them on that page. You can click on it and you can look at all the different sizes, colors, and dimensions. And I always tell everybody, Kyle, if you do not have a sew mat, you're doing your machine a disservice, because these things actually work to help your machine last longer. All right, Kyle, spin that wheel. Michelle Austin. I wonder who that is.
Oh.
That's my wife. Well, honey, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not eligible to win. But that's good for everybody else out there, Kyle.
Yeah.
So now we're going to draw again. We got to spin the wheel again, because I can't let my wife win something. But she won, but she just can't get it. Yeah, she already has one. You know me. Looky there. I hadn't seen that name in a while.
Yeah.
You Know Me's up in New York, and she is watching today from Facebook. So congratulations, You Know Me. And she's actually been down here. Her and her husband flew out here all the way from New York and came and bought a big embroidery machine, an SWF from us. And actually, Deb Donovan gave her some lessons while she was here, and we got to meet her. So it was pretty awesome. So congratulations. So we are going to send you, You Know Me, you got to go to, should know how to do this, but go to SewingMachinesPlus.com and scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim a prize, fill out all that information complete. Most important, we don't have to do that because we're sending our extra large blueberry mat. So there we go, extra large blueberry mat. So just fill everything out, hit submit, and we'll get that out to you. So congratulations. All right, next up, we are going to give away a Brother P-Touch label maker. These things are absolutely awesome. If y'all have never seen these before, they really up their game. Now they have a phone app that you can actually do all your work on the phone, and then just use that as like a Bluetooth printer. It prints out your labels. It's $129, and you know what we're going to do too, Kyle? We're going to throw in a bunch of tape, a bunch of the cartridges to go inside of it so you can have labels. And so it's probably about $150 value total. And so you know what, today I feel pretty good, Kyle. Let's give 2 of these away. So Kyle, spin that wheel for the first one. Don is our winner today. He is watching today from Facebook. So congratulations, Don. I like his picture there. He's got a big bear.
Grizzly bear.
Big grizzly bear is the picture. So Don, to claim that prize, you need to go to SewingMachinesPlus.com, scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and we will get your P-Touch printer and tape sent right out to you. All right, Kyle, spin that wheel again. We're going to give 1 more of these away to a lucky viewer out there.
Deborah Mass.
Deborah is our winner watching today from YouTube. So congratulations, Deborah. Deborah, we need you to go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. Scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim my prize. Fill out all that information complete. Hit submit, and we'll get your P-Touch and some tape sent right out to you. All right, another great show today, guys. Thank y'all for joining in. We hope that y'all will join us next Thursday. And Kyle, we are counting the days down because guess what? Guess what happens in November, everybody? Anybody remember what happens in November?
Yeah, wait. Technically it's in December now. Oh,
No.
It's the one before that.
November. So is it? What are they chatting in there, Kyle? Anybody guessing?
There's a delay.
Y'all put in what you think's happening in November.
Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Actually, Black Friday. Well, Black Friday is happening in
Yeah,
November.
that's what I was.
That's not what I'm talking about. November, we're bringing back Takeover Tuesday, and we're going to have, guess what? We've got Jane Klaus. We have Carly Bell. We have Becky Thompson. And we have Joanne Banco. They'll all four be alternating every week. You'll get to see one of those alternating each week, doing a show, and they're taking over our studio and doing the show. So cannot wait. That starts in November. And I think Becky Thompson's our first one. It's coming in November. So it'll be the first Tuesday in November. So y'all stay tuned for that. It's going to be awesome. So every Tuesday they'll be on. And so we're bringing that back. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for joining today. We hope that you have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you here next Thursday.